فيش في ناس غير فلسطينيين كان زمان كسرت الدنيا على فكرة. أنا مستغرب كثير. So I'm gonna jump to the English question. Muhammad. So you're talking about division, why Palestinians are divided. You're talking about Palestinians having to go build the settlements. Talking about Palestinians crossing the checkpoints to go inside and work inside Israel. You're talking about the Palestinians that are being hurt by the BDS because they're losing some jobs in the West Bank. You're talking about BDS and SGPs working in Europe and now working in Palestine. But can you talk a little bit about what brought us here today? What brought us to this division? What brought Palestinians to a place where they have to go work for their occupiers? Can you talk about Gaza when it was destroyed 4 times and how come you can call it a war? I'm from the Gaza Strip, by the way. I lived there my entire life and I witnessed the first 2008, 2009, and I witnessed Hamas winning the elections and the siege that took over the Gaza Strip because Hamas was elected, even though Hamas are Palestinians, they didn't come from the moon, and they have been oppressed just like every other Palestinian since the 1948.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir, he talked for a long time, so I really need to talk.
No, excuse me, I'm a speaker here.
Yeah, you're a speaker, yeah, but you're talking a lot of poison.
You couldn't lecture to me. You couldn't lecture to me, please.
I'm not lecturing, I'm asking you a question.
You asked me the question.
Can you explain why Palestinians
at least I need 2 days to answer your question.
Who told you to represent Palestinians and speak for them?
You excuse me. You start your question.
Yeah, I'm asking
with very bad words in Arabic, by the way. With the very bad words in Arabic. Excuse me. I'm not going to answer your question. Sorry.
Why did we get to where we are? Why are Palestinians are divided today?
Sorry.
You don't want to take your camera down. Excuse me, no one asked you to film. Take your camera down.
The question was, why are we divided? What brought this division?
Talk about the occupation. Talk about ethnic cleansing. Talk about settlements. Talk about race or culture.
So how many times we are going to hear your question? How many times we are going to hear your question? Okay, you ask question, okay? You ask question. Let's go to the other question, please.
No, can you answer it?
No. Excuse me. I am going to take 3 questions and to answer them together. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Okay. Hi. My name is Emma. I'm a member of J Street Chicago, which is a 2-state solution advocacy group. And my question is, well, I hear from you, I think, rationally, a lot of disappointment in your own leadership. And I'm wondering, what are you doing, bringing this message to a room full of Americans, many of us Jews, and like, why do you think this is an important message to bring to us in particular? Thanks. And without sort of talking about the issues that the American community really needs to face, like the occupation, like settlements.
Thank you.
So, yes, Palestinians are violent and we can't go stab and we can't go do this. You said 0 things about what the Israelis have been doing for the past 70 years.
Yeah.
I mean, even calling it conflict, when you call it conflict, you're saying it's 2 sides. You're taking out the dynamics of oppressing or oppressed. But all you talked about is Palestinian. You haven't said anything about any damage that Israel has been doing.
Okay.
Nobody getting shot at a checkpoint. No pregnant ladies getting shot at a checkpoint.
Okay.
600 people in prison, administrative detention for no reason. I don't know how many children have been in prison since 2000. I'm just saying. The question is, why are we here justifying Palestinian violence and not 0 things about Israeli violence? That's been going on for so long.
Thank you.
Also, Hamas was created by Israel, by the way. It was funded by Israel. Get your facts right, because none of your facts that you said
Hamas
are right.
what? Hamas what?
Hamas was funded by Israel in the 80s. And get your facts straight and study your history.
That's right.
Okay.
Question?
Yes, another question.
3 questions in a row.
Who will answer?
Please. All right.
He will take 3 questions. This will be the 3rd one, and we'll go on.
Yeah.
That's the 3.
Please.
All right. I apologize if my question is not provocative. There has been talk in political circles in Israel about disengaging from the West Bank. Might you offer some insight as to what you think might happen the day after Israel would disengage from the West Bank? What do you see perhaps 2 years out? If you can give us a picture. Thank you.
we will start from the last question. I don't think that Israel will disengage from the West Bank, because the Israelis almost learned a very big lesson from their own disengagement from the Gaza Strip. And they are not going to repeat such kind of thing, which the Israelis still consider it as a big mistake by disengaging from the Gaza Strip. The West Bank is much more close to Israel rather than Gaza itself. And unfortunately, in some opportunities, when a former Israeli prime minister declared that they are going to withdraw from specific parts of the West Bank, the Hamas leaders stood up in Gaza and start threatening Israel that if you are going to withdraw from any specific parts of the West Bank, these specific parts are going to be reoccupied by the Hamas. And we heard it from Mahmoud al-Zahar, I think, several times. So the Israelis right now are not thinking to withdraw even from 1 centimeter of the West Bank. So this is something that I don't think that we can talk a lot about it, because nobody can imagine that tomorrow morning Israel will withdraw from any part of the West Bank. Towards your question, on the division of the Palestinians, I will never ever accuse Israel. Even that the Palestinian Authority accusing Israel, even that the Hamas accusing Israel. So if Israel wants to keep us divided, where is the goodwill among the Palestinian leaders themselves, the Hamas and the Fatah, to reach such kind of unity? From the whole rockets which has been shot from Gaza towards Israel, which kind of damage we cause to the Israelis? I think that we cause damage only to ourselves. I think that the people in Gaza right now knows very well what's really going on, and I think that the people in Gaza can tell you the truth about their own daily life under the Hamas. Hamas is an organization which is not really representing the agenda of the Palestinian people. Hamas is an organization which is representing the agenda of Iran, not my agenda, the agenda of Iran. And Iran, no doubt, that they want us to be sacrificed for the Israeli occupation. We used to handle all of our troubles on the occupation since 68 years ago. What we achieved from that? When we, the Palestinians, will start taking responsibility on what's going on to ourselves. When? I think that we should have. I think the Palestinian Authority who should have to give the chance.
2014,
Excuse me.
there was an agreement that almost
Excuse me,
happened.
excuse me. I am not going to argue with you. I'm not going. Excuse me. There are some other people. Excuse me. There are some other people who want to ask questions. Excuse me. Excuse me. Please. Let's go.
There was another question asked about why you are taking your message to hear the people here, the students.
I think that it is important. I think that I mentioned that since the beginning. As I said that we, the Palestinians, should have to bring out all of our problems and all of our troubles. Because when I am pointing out all of my troubles, I am seeking a kind of help from the international community to come and to give a little bit of help to the Palestinians in turn to improve their daily life. And this is why I am here.
Thank you. Next 3 questions, please.
Hello, I'm an alumni of the University of Chicago, and I'm Jewish. And I've listened to you today, and I am personally horrified by much that you've said. The question I have is, how could you look at the situation in Palestine and Israel and think the occupation and the brutality, the ghettoizing of Gaza and dropping bombs on it, the devastation of people's and taking over people's homes, the grabbing children in the middle of the night at 2 in the morning and taking them off to military detention, which doesn't happen in any other country in the world, to a place that their parents can't get to them. How could that not be relevant to the situation in Palestine? I can't fathom it. And I am personally horrified that this is being done in the name of a Jewish state.
Thank you.
Hi. I just wanted to ask, I noticed that this group wasn't sponsored by any Palestinian clubs on campus. Why? If you're going to speak on behalf of the Palestinians, shouldn't a Palestinian group maybe pass it by, just to have some sort of fairness? That's all I'm asking. Thank you.
Just one comment, because it's not a question, it's a comment. First of all, I am not representing any Palestinian here, and I'm not speaking on behalf of the Palestinians. First of all, I am a human rights activist. I am in touch with the people.
I researched you, thank you. I know.
And I am, excuse me. Either you will respect me or you go out. You can go out. Excuse me, this guy should have to go out. Okay. Excuse me.
We're not speaking on behalf of a Palestinian again, okay? Dr. Bassem?
Thank you.
Can I actually just ask another question? Just a simple question, and it will be a question. Just a simple question. Guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Guys, please. I just, so I did make a comment, but can I ask just a simple question?
No, excuse me. Let's please deal with this.
Sure, that's fine. But no, this next question.
Just wait.
Do not speak on behalf of a Palestinian, okay? Never ever again. And by the way, on Saturday at the call, we're going to be there. Get ready for it. I'm not leaving this room, man. He needs to leave. I'm a student. I have rights here more than he does. No, this is not going to be fun. I've got He cannot say the word Palestine again. Talk about Israel and check معاهم.
He's not going to say anything.
I am a Palestinian much more than you are.
I think we're going to don't say anything, please.
I think we're going to have to call this quits.
Yes?
Okay.
Yeah.
Finish?
I think we're going to have to end tonight's program.
Just a simple question.
Yeah.
This is relating to the presentation.
Yeah. No. I think we're going to call the event. We're going to call the event to a close. The formal part. If a few of you want to continue talking informally just for a little bit longer, but we're going to end the formal part of the program. Okay? Thank you all for coming.
Thank you very much, Mr. Eid. Thank you.
Thank you.